done all necessary settings. This is my menu bar. My menu bar is over here. I've set the units, the unit class. I've set the limit to the limit I'm using is 0,0150,100, which is actually visualized by this rectangle. The length of this rectangle is 150. The width is 100. If we do not produce this rectangle, we can go to the previous video to find out. But before we forge ahead, after the lesson, I'm going to show you. So let me delete these lines. How do I delete? I have to select them. I select them and I go to erase on my modify tool, which in one of my previous videos I've already shown you how to put your modify tool there. And another way you can do it, I've actually deleted those lines. You select them, select the lines, and you can press delete on your keyboard, the delete key on your keyboard to pick it up. Or use the modify tools. You select them, one, click on this, I click on this, select, I go to erase here on my right hand side. This is where my cursor is. I click on it and it erases it. So right now we'll be using the line tool to draw rectangle and the polyline tool as well to draw rectangle. And we're going to look at the difference between rectangles drawn with them. So right now we are going to draw a rectangle of length 50 and width 30. The length is going to be 50. Okay, let's make the length 80 and the width 40. So I come over here. I'm going to use the line tool first of all. So I start with the line tool. So the length, like I said, is going to be what? 80. While I think I'm going to make the width 50. So let me divide this rectangle into two equal parts. So I come over here. This line actually divides it into two equal parts. So the rectangle I'm going to draw with the line tool is going to be here, while the one I'm going to draw with the rectangle tool is going to be here. Okay. So you might be wondering how I was able to divide this rectangle into two equal parts. Let me show you. Let me quickly show you. Let me delete this line. I'm going to erase that line and show you. Now, I have to locate the midpoint of this line. How was I able to locate that midpoint? There's what we call object snap. So I come over here on my status bar. I locate object snap. This is it, where you have this square. Drop down arrow. I'm going to click on that drop down arrow. And when I click on that arrow, this is pop up. This window, this command, they pop up. What I'm interested, since I'm looking for the center, is midpoint. So this midpoint, they are divided. It was activated before. I click on it to activate it once again. Then I want to see whether it's actually turned on. I click on object snap settings. So when I click on object snap settings, I locate object snap. Object snap is already on. The button that is on is object snap. So yeah, this box, object snap on, the box is checked, it shows it's on. So we're okay, we're good. And this is the midpoint, it's already checked, which I'm interested in right now. So I click OK. Okay, that was in case yours wasn't checked, your midpoint wasn't checked. So how do I locate the midpoint of this line and this line? I go to line on my draw tools, I click on line. I move towards the center. When I move towards the center, this triangle appears, midpoint is written. Once it appears, I click left click on it. I move towards the right. So towards the center. When this triangle appears again and midpoint is written, I click again. I press. Then to terminate the line, I press enter. I'm going to do the same thing vertically. So I go to line, I move towards the center, the triangle appears showing I'm on the midpoint. I click, I move down. The triangle appears again, showing I'm in the midpoint. I click, I press enter, and my job is done. So I'm going to draw a rectangle over here of length. The length is going to be 60, while the width will be 35. 60, 35, length 60 with 35. So I come over here. I'm going to, the ones on this side are going to be drawn with the line tool, while the ones below will be drawn with the polygon tool. So I go to line. It tells me to specify first point. I specify. So what is the length of my rectangle? What's the length? The length is 60. So the rectangle is supposed to be horizontal. So I need to, this line is horizontal right now. What do I need to turn on? I talked to that in the previous lesson. I have to turn on auto mode. I come here, I turn on auto mode. So right now, the line is now straight. So I type 60 and I press enter, and that line is drawn. But the line is still on. I'm not going to press enter again to terminate the line because I want to keep on drawing. Okay? So what do? I change direction. Formerly, I drew in this direction. Now I'm going to change, go vertically downwards. Now the width is 35. So I'm going to type in 35 and press enter, and it's drawn. Okay? So after that, I change direction again. I move towards the left hand side. This is the length once again, which is 60. So I type in 60 on my keyboard. I press, that is my 60 there on my command line. You can see my 60 on my command line. I press enter, and the line is drawn. Then I want the line to connect back to the beginning, origin. So I'm going to move upward. I move upward, and the width, the length of that side is 35. So what do? I type 35 and I press enter, and the line connects back with the origin, with the beginning. But the line has not terminated. I want it to terminate. So what do? I press enter. Once I press enter, it terminates. So I've drawn a rectangle using the line tool. I'm going to draw a second one right now. Okay, I'm going to draw a second rectangle. So this time around, I'm going to make the length 40, and I'm going to make the length 45, while I'm going to make the width 40. So I go back to line. This time around, I'm going to start with the width. My width is 40. So starting from the left, I am told to specify first point on the command line. I click my first point. I am told to specify next point. I move up, but I have a length. The length is what? 40. So I'm going to type 40. I press enter. The line is drawn. Now I have to change direction and go towards the right, towards the horizontal direction. This time around, the length is 45. So I'm going to type 45. I press enter. Okay. So I change direction again. The width is 40. I type 40. I press enter. It's drawn. Now I need to connect the line back to the beginning, which is in the horizontal direction. The length is 45. So I move in that direction. I type 45 on my keyboard. I press enter. But the line is not yet terminated. So to terminate the line, I press enter again, and my rectangle is drawn. So these two rectangles were drawn with the were actually drawn with the line tool. So we want to draw the same rectangles with a Polyline tool. This one was 60 by 35. So I'm going to use the Polyline tool now to draw a rectangle of 60 by 45 down here. So I come to Polyline. This is Polyline. I click on Polyline. I am told to specify start point. I want to start from here. Specify next point. I move towards the left and I type 60. I press enter. Then it's how to specify next point. I change direction. I move upward. I type in 35 on my keyboard. I press enter. The line is drawn. It's how to specify next point. I move towards that direction, the right hand side. The length of that side is 60. I type in 60. I press enter. Okay. So now, I need to connect the line back to the beginning. Now, I want to show you a shortcut method of connecting the line, whereby I don't need to type in, the length of that side is 35. I don't need to type in 35. What do? I need to close the figure. This is a closed shape. A rectangle is a closed shape. And close is C-L-O-S-E. Close starts with a C. So what do? I'll just type C with my keyboard. So I type C. That is my C on the keyboard here. This is I'm typing my C. So what do? I press enter. And it closes the shape for me. But this write-up that is stopping me. So what do I do to remove this write-up? I click on escape. So they actually removed from my screen. Okay. So now I have that rectangle drawn with polyline of length 60 with 35. Now I need to draw one with length 45 and with 40 using the, I'm going to make use of the Polyline Tool once again. So I've already clicked on the Polyline Tool. It's telling me to specify next start point on my command line. So this is my start point. I press here. It starts to specify next point. I don't intend to specify next point. I want to give the distance. I have the dimension in already. So I move upward a little and type in 40. Then what do I next? I press enter on my keyboard. So that line has been drawn. I now change direction towards the right. I am told to specify next point, but I don't want to specify next point. I want to type it in. So I type it in 45. I press enter. That's taken. I go down. I type in 40. The width is 40. Then now, I need to connect the line to the starting point. But I'm not interested in doing that. I want to use a shortcut. I want to close the figure. So I'm going to use the symbol for close, which is C. So what do? I just type in C on my keyboard and I press enter and the figure is closed. So now these two rectangles here were drawn with the line tool, while these two were drawn with the polyline tool. Now, what's the difference between both of them? I'm going to show you the difference. So I'm going to click on this polyline tool on the upper side. Now, clicking on it, what do you observe? Let me click on this one again, this one as well. What do you observe? Now, let me click on the upper part of this one and on the upper part of this one as well. If you observe something, that when I click on the upper part of the rectangle that was drawn with the polyline tool, all the sides of that rectangle are actually selected. They're highlighted. That means they're selected. But when I click on the upper side of the rectangle that was drawn with line tool, only that side that I click on was selected. If I want to select any other side, I have to click on it. Like now, if I want to select this side, I have to click on it. If I want to select this side, I have to click on it. If I want to select this side, I have to click on it. So that's the difference. Polyline, an object drawn with the polyline, a closed object. When you select any side, the entire object is selected. But for when you use line tool to draw a closed object, when you select it, to only select the side which you've clicked. So that is just that. That is the major difference between the rectangles drawn with the polyline and that drawn with the line tool. So let me select it. I press escape to unselect everything. So let me click on this side now. I'm going to click on the left hand side of this triangle. Look at my cursor. I click on that side. The entire triangle is selected. But let me do that the same to this one that was drawn with line. Only that side is selected. If I want every other side to select, I have to select them one by one. So that is the major difference with a closed shape that is drawn with line tool and that drawn with polyline tool. So with this right now, we've actually come to the end of our AutoCAD lesson for today. So please, I would beg you to subscribe to my channel, like my video, drop your comments. If you have any question, you are free to drop your question in the comment section. But in case you have any, you want to connect further with me, you can chat me up on WhatsApp on +234 803829 5185. I want to thank you for joining us today in our lesson. I really appreciate you spending your time with us. I am doing this tutorial on behalf of Edisam Online Academy. On Edisam Online Academy, we offer a couple of free lessons, not just AutoCAD. So they might be of interest to you or a friend. You can connect with us. I'm going to drop the link to Edisam Online Academy on Facebook. I'm going to drop the link so you can join our Facebook page. And also, I have a couple of groups on LinkedIn and on Facebook, which you can actually join. So I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. So we'll meet in the next class. I'll be signing off right now. Thank you for spending your time with us.